that they would want to proceed without the prosecution, which would not be a fair case. Essentially,
whose prosecution?
To be. There are no members of prosecution here.
That's their problem. The case gets dismissed.
So that's what I was thinking. The case simply just gets dropped.
Yeah, no, if prosecution doesn't show up, that's their fuck up. And all charges are dropped, and they have a nice day.
All charges are dropped.
Yep.
There's no guilty or innocent verdicts. It's just
exactly.
That's
a yikes on their part.
What's the official thing I should say, or do I'll just go with what I think is the right thing to say? Because
I would personally, if it was me, I would say, due to the recent events of the prosecution not being attended or not attending this hearing, we're going to have to dismiss all charges, pretty much.
I mean, are you sure there's no prosecution? Who's sitting in the chair?
It's gonna be 10-7 for a minute.
Oh, now who the fuck is?
It looks like there's a prosecution. Yeah. Would you like me to confirm with him that he is the prosecutor?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Bad news, boys. Prosecution showed up.
Oh well, they almost had it dropped. Okay, well, I don't know why he wasn't here on time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe he wasn't sure. I think he was hoping somebody else would show up, possibly. Hello?
Okay. Who are you? You've already approached the bench, mate.
Yeah. Oh. Well,
Kind
I
of
didn't
asked
want to
for
holler
permission, and then
across
you approach the bench when we say, yeah.
I didn't want to
when you
holler
go out and
across
approach
the way.
bench. You know, I wouldn't
Bubba.
walk up. I wouldn't walk
Bubba,
up to
just-
Mr. McIntosh here and say, Mr. McIntosh, permission to approach.
Yeah,
What do you want?
I guess, yeah.
Are you a judge?
Sorry, who are you? Are you?
Oh, he's looking to get his
This is,
CCB done after
This
this,
is
I
Mr.
think.
Bubba King. He is searched. He is clear of all any weapon of lethal.
That's
Yeah, I
fine.
just
But
wanna-
Mr. King,
I'm
I've
just
gonna ask
inquiring
a
how
question
long-
here. I'm going to sound like a bit of an asshole, but you're in a courtroom. Got two marshals standing next to a member that clearly has the words DOJ on their helmet or their hat. Sorry.
No, he means
Okay,
well.
so that is the arresting officer, which means he will proceed as the prosecution.
Okay. And he is Mr. Lorenzo.
You'll find
I
out.
believe so, yeah.
Okay,
He was here earlier.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, all we'll do is we'll proceed. Let me just get my good old script up.
Back.
Oh, okay, everybody stand up for a second.
Okay.
All right, yeah,
Oh,
it is a Sean Lorenzo.
Can you do the all rise
Yep.
thing? And I'll...
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm following your lead. I've never done this before.
Yeah, so... disregard, sorry.
Wait for them to shuffle their chairs
Ben, I'll
first.
get you in the
Marshall.
back. Just make sure that nobody... No, in the back of the court. The other back.
I'm trying to make sure that nobody else is coming in
Mr.
with
Marshall?
this.
Yeah. Send it.
Can I have a pickup for a Alexis?
Not right now. We're busy with a court case in prison.
Is there any people at DLC?
Yes. Ben, I'm gonna have you sit on that
Are
back
they
wall
not
over
able
there.
to pick him up?
Then search anybody.
Jason, get to the right side, sunshine.
What was that?
Just go on the back wall and search anybody who comes in the room.
Marshals at DLC, you guys copy?
He's taking a nap. We'll wait for him.
You guys able to pick up a person for me?
I already told you no, Nick. Rick.
Alright, I'll bring him over there.
Alright, all rise.
Just will sit down.
I'm way up here.
All rise. Make Fishers. Purple pink shirt.
I think the pink shirt man is
Okay. Alright, Honorable Judge Nicholas Roach presiding.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please take a seat. Okay, I, Nicholas Roach, do solemnly swear that I will administer justice without respect to persons involved and do equal rights to the poor and to the rich, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as your lay judge of Fishers Island under the Constitution and laws of the Fishers Island, so help me Jason. Ladies and gentlemen, the court is now in session. We today are here to hear the case of DC-011, the State versus Henry Axel. I, again, am Judge Nicholas Roach of the Fisher's Island District Court, and during this court proceeding, I expect any and all persons within this building and its vicinity to behave accordingly to law and to not cause any disturbances during and following this proceeding. Any of those found causing any issues within my courtroom will be charged with contempt of court, which is punishable by up to 30 months in jail. Trial will now begin, starting with the prosecution's opening statement. Counsellor, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Today's charges are for third-degree felony obstruction of justice and Class A misdemeanor disobeying a lawful order. The prosecution's opening statement is after review of the evidence. I believe that this court will find that the defendant in this case is guilty of both of these offenses based on the definition of these offenses. The prosecution believes that the defendant unlawfully hindered the discovery of a potential 911 call which came out for a stolen Dodge Charger and directly disobeyed the lawful order of the arresting officer. That concludes the prosecution's opening statement.
That's not bad, I guess.
Okay, thank you, prosecution. Plaintiff, can you please present your opening statement to the court? Sorry, correction, sorry. Thank you, Counsellor. Defense, could you please present your opening statement to the court?
Your Honor, I think with the evidence that Mr. Lorenzo provided, you will see that, in fact, quite the contrary to what he said, that our client, Mr. Henry Axel, is not guilty of these charges.
Okay. Is that the end of your opening statement?
I had something else, but, you know, we'll just go with that for now.
You fucking
Okay.
left me.
Come over to this side, sorry.
Excuse me?
Oh, he's starting?
You're yelling.
Sorry
Okay,
about
it
that.
started, shut up.
That's strike one for you.
What?
Okay. Prosecution, can you please present a list of charges against the defendant?
Yes, the initial charge is the third-degree felony, Section 27, obstruction of justice, unlawfully hindering the discovery, apprehension, conviction, defense, or punishment of anyone who has committed a crime, or of any evidence or bribery, murder, intimidation, false information, and/or the use of physical force against a witness, law enforcement officer, or a government official to prevent
how he helped with that
justice
Excuse me one
from
moment.
being served.
Defense, please be advised. You are currently talking. I understand at this moment in time you are trying to deliberate, but this is not the time for deliberation. Whether you believe you're whispering or not, you should not be talking, you should be listening to the prosecution. Is that understood? Defense, is that understood? Defense, I ask again, do you understand you are not to talk in my courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please wait for your turn to call upon your own speech for the case, whether that's amongst yourselves or to myself. Prosecution, please proceed.
Yes, sir. The second charge is a Class A misdemeanor, Section 16, disobeying a lawful order. Disobeying direct or indirect lawful orders set out by a faction or government official during situations. That concludes both charges.
Okay, thank you, prosecution. Prosecution, do you have any witnesses you wish to call up?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Defense, do you have any witnesses you wish to call up to the stand? Defense, do you have any witnesses you wish to call to the stand?
I apologize, I was on whispering. Yes, we do. We'd like to call the defendant Henry Axel to the stand.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Axel, can you please approach the bench? Thank you,
Mr.
defense.
Axel, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Jason?
I do.
All right, you may approach the bench.
Thank you very much.
Okay, are we seated? Prosecution, if you could please begin with your examination of the witness.
Sure thing. Hello, Mr. State your name for the court, please.
Henry Axel.
All right, Mr. Henry Axel, would you say that in a normal day here on Fisher's Island that you are in a sane mentality?
Point of order, Your Honor. If I may ask, why is the prosecution beginning the questioning of our own witness?
At this moment in time, we're just in the early witness fact-finding stage. If you wish to call yourselves upon first, I have no objections with you going first.
Yes, Your Honor, because it's a direct examination. The defense would like to question their own witness first, if possible.
Okay, understood. Okay, prosecution, if you could take a seat. Defense, if you could please present your lawyer for cross-examination.
Hello.
Correction, for examination.
Good evening, Mr. Axel.
Good evening.
Evening. So, if you could just address, state for me, myself, as well as the rest of the court, where were you on the evening of March 4th, 2020?
I was on my way to Stony Creek with my father, James Axel.
Father, on your way to Stony Creek. What were you guys gonna go do over there?
We were on our way to pick up some packages from the Stony Creek port.
Okay. Did you guys run into any problems on the way up there?
I wouldn't say it was a problem, but we were briefly detained by, at the time, Commander Chris Axel. He was inquiring about a call that he had received.
Okay, you're pulled over. Did, What happened at the end of that traffic stop?
So once we were released, I exited the vehicle, in which I was speaking to Chris at the time, and then a FISD Crown Vic pulled up on the scene.
SD Crown Vic pulled up behind you guys. I'm sorry, just pulled up on scene. Did you have any interactions with the officer there?
Yes, I initially approached the vehicle. As I'm quite good friends with a majority of the department, I did think that it would be one of the people that I was closer with, so I made a light-hearted joke with the officer.
Objection, improper character evidence.
I'll allow.
Okay. No, did you recognize this officer?
Yes, I did.
Is he in the room here today?
Yes, he sat at the prosecution desk.
It's Deputy Sean Lorenzo.
It is, yes.
Now, once you had this little interaction with him, what happened from there?
After I realized it wasn't someone that I was close with, I walked away and headed to get back in the vehicle with my father.
No, how long did it take for you to do that? How long were you standing in front of him?
Not very long at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I can't cough.
Jesus Christ. Okay. And at any time, did you ever intend on impeding on any investigation SD had?
No, I did not.
Your Honor,
No further questions, Your Honor.
I'm sorry to.
Can I get a marshal
trying to
DOC?
make the entire bench leave because this guy just fucking coughed, and like I need to be a witness here. Like, can you tell him to calm his shit?
Okay,
The
Marshall.
guy coughed.
Marshall, firstly for you, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. If somebody coughs, that's a cough. Secondly, what is your name, please, sir?
My name's Chris. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Chris. Okay, Chris. Speak like that to me again in my courtroom and you're out and held in contempt. Sit down, be quiet, or leave my room. Understood? Because if you leave this room, you'll be leaving in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Thank you. I apologise for that one, defence and witness. Please proceed as you were.
Do you need me to repeat that last question, or did you catch
if
it?
you could, let's go ahead.
Okay.
Just for the facts.
Sure. Now, at any time, Henry here, did you intend to impede on any SD investigation?
No, I had no intention to.
Excellent. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, defence. If you go ahead and take a seat back down. Prosecution, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. If you approach the witness then.
Alright, Mr. Axel.
Yeah.
On a standard day here on the island, would you consider yourself a sane and reasonable individual?
Yes, I would.
Alright, is there any, you've never had any kind of psych evaluations or anything done?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance to any of this line of questioning?
This is literally my
prosecution,
second
what
question,
is the
Your Honor.
relevance?
I will get to that in a second, but
No, you make it clear, or I will agree with the motion. What is the relevance of the sanity of the person?
the relevance is to understand why a sane person would jump in front of a police cruiser.
Your Honor, that doesn't go to any of the charges alleged.
It
Yeah,
does.
that
It
doesn't sound in line. Okay, well, due to the charges here and the evidence that I've personally witnessed now at this point in time, I will allow this line of questioning. Just note, prosecution, that you do need to keep it very relevant to the charges we have at hand. This case is not here to discuss his mental competency. He does not appear in the fact finding, at least, to be somebody of non-sanity. So just keep that in mind when you're opening a line of questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
But you may proceed.
Mr. Axel, do you think that it's a safe thing for you to do to jump in front of a moving police cruiser?
Depends on the situation. How fast is the vehicle moving?
Lights and sirens, approximately 40 miles an hour.
In that case, it would not be safe, but I don't believe that's still how it went down.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, prosecution. Please take a seat. Defense, do you have any further use for the witness?
One brief redirect question, Your Honor.
I'll allow, yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm kind of stuck here. One moment.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Now, Mr. Axel, why did you jump in front of that car?
Is that a valid panic?
I would not say that I jumped in front of the car. I walked at a brisk pace.
So why did you walk in a brisk pace in front of the car?
As I said prior, I thought it was a
Situation of panic.
and I was going to make a light-hearted joke.
Van, go respond to that, please.
And how fast was the car going at the time? Apparent to you?
Apparent to me, I wouldn't be able to put an exact number on it, but it was going no faster than I was walking.
Alright, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, defense. Defense, prosecution, do you have any further use for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, defense. Witness.
Marshals, let's see.
Marshals, you are advised. We have all units in route to 03 now.
Thank you.
Marshal says Steve.
Marshals, you are advised. We have all units in route now.
Fantastic as well, making us look like we're not idiots.
Shots fired, DOC. Marshal being taken hostage. Shots fired.
Defense.
SD is en route.
We're gonna be on 60. Actually, Liberty.
Bravo 3 is en route, +2.
Okay,
hear you,
Marshal,
Marshal.
who is eating crisps? You go and find out for me, please. I don't want any food in my courtroom.
Your Honor, could you please repeat the question? We couldn't hear you over the sirens.
That's not a problem at all. Yes, could you...
My God, who's eating? Stop that. He's getting angry.
Who's eating?
Okay, just I don't know, apparently not.
Let's go into the witness.
Okay, we understand, sorry.
Alright, thank you. You all look very nice, by the way.
As there's no witnesses to call, the court acknowledges that there are certain pieces of evidence that we may wish to bring to light in this trial. Prosecution, do you have any evidence that you wish to highlight at this time?
Yes, only Exhibit A, which was posted with the trial request, Your Honor, the video as well as the timestamps.
Exhibit A, video and timestamp. Okay, what timestamp are we in question for today?
Well, I'm gonna pull up the entire case if it's okay with you, Your Honor. Like the entire.
As long as you keep it relevant to the piece of evidence at hand, I'm okay for that one. So if you want, you can begin examining of that. Okay.
It's only two timestamps specifically.
That's fine, as long as they were stated beforehand, which I can see here they were. Just as long as you don't go off piece, okay?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant stuff. Yep, you may proceed.
Based on Exhibit A, at timestamp
It's not the.
4
It's
minutes,
fine. He's
12
just being
seconds.
stupid.
The prosecution would like to point out that a 911 emergency call for service came out for a possible stolen Dodge Charger vehicle owned by the Coast Guard. I myself, Paul 53, responded to that call, arrived on scene with lights and sirens, which leads into timestamp number 2, which is 55 minutes 50 seconds, in which you can see the defendant in this case jump in front of the police cruiser, and then immediately after that, we're talking 2 seconds, 3 seconds is when the lawful order came out to move away from the vehicle or be placed under arrest. And then seconds later, the defendant jumps in the other vehicle. That's the only evidence that the prosecution wants to bring forward.
Okay. And have you got any further questioning or examination of the particular piece of evidence? Firstly, timestamp, number 1, the 911 call, 54 minutes 12 seconds.
I'm confused by the question.
Do you have anything further to comment on this particular timestamp?
No.
You've made the
the
case that you heard a
911.
911 call and you're responding with lights and sirens.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Defense, do you wish to cross-examine this particular timestamp on Exhibit A? At this time, I cannot hear you, defense.
Yes, we do.
Okay, perfect. Yep, you may begin cross-examination of this particular piece of evidence. Timestamp 54 minutes 12 seconds.
At the timestamp 55:50 is the one we're going to jump to.
Okay, well, let me just make sure
I'm sorry.
firstly then, if you want to jump to that one. So there's no questioning based on 54 minutes 12 seconds.
Negative.
Okay, thank you. Prosecution, do you wish to make any before the defense has a chance to cross-examine? Do you wish to add any further examination to the timestamp 55 minutes 50 seconds?
No, Your Honor. The only thing the prosecution would like to add is just based on the definition of obstruction. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Obstruction. That the prosecution believes that the defendant unlawfully hindered the discovery of a possible stolen vehicle at that timestamp.
Okay, thank you. Defense, as per the timestamp 55 minutes 50 seconds, you may begin cross-examination.
Okay. At the timestamp 55:50, you see deputy here arrive on scene. Then at 50, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the exact timestamp here so I don't mess this up. Christ.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, who was that?
Check your team speak, Your Honor.
Yeah, understood. Alright. Sir in the mask over there, you've been found 1 strike so far. Or is it the gentleman behind this person with the sombrero? I can't
Duke, you're on
quite see.
freak, right?
10-4.
Let's have
Pink
I'm gonna
shirt
have
mask.
spikes set at each
The
side of the
witness, come
gate.
to be a witness. You've not been held for witness
Copy
questioning.
that.
So you and the other 2 in the same
That's
shirt,
fine, what's
all
going
of
on?
you out of the courtroom.
That's fucked up.
I suggest you guys
I've
don't
literally
send
been
that
sitting
out.
here being silent
Still
the
hostage
entire time. What the fuck?
still hostage taken.
Alright, sir, come on.
They're going toward back gate.
Black beanie, let's go.
Oh, I haven't done nothing. No.
Come on. Chris, you're good. You're good to stay.
Let's just go before Judge Pissy Pants gets upset with us and gives us contempt like a crybaby bitch.
I mean, we're trying to do something here. You guys are being disruptive.
What do you mean?
Thank you.
I ain't doing anything.
But you didn't do anything, but your friends did.
Can you close the doors, please?
Yo.
Apologies for that, Your Honor.
That's
no, not
nothing for you to
apologies.
apologise
You're a
for.
fucking idiot.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for coming along to the courtroom today. Hope you enjoyed.
Yo, anyone got a gun?
Okay, right. I heard that.
You got this?
Okay. We're going to take a 5-minute recess for deliberation due to the circumstances.
Should-
We apologise for the inconvenience of this nature due to threat to life.
Your Honor, just point of order for deliberation.
Correction, recess.
Okay, I was going to say apologies, Your
sorry.
Honor.
No. It's well noted. Marshals, can you get SD on scene, please?
There's a hostage situation at DOC. That's going to be a negative.
Okay, brilliant stuff. That's going to be shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, because of who it was, I don't know. Can't really, you know.
Who was it?
It was Jamie the whole fucking time, eating chips.
No, but who's the one that was saying fuck you and who's got a gun?
That was Chris Axel.
Chris Axel. Alright. Let me just shadow play this then.
Give me the word, I have a clean shot.
It was, pretty extravagant.
You'd think you would be setting a good example, but
Give me the word, Duke.
For him to be able to arrest him, or can
It's
I
not my
just
call.
say
It's
over the radio?
Brandon's call.
what's that?
Brandon is the hostage.
Radio over, or do I have to have a warrant
Oh
on hand?
fuck.
Because obviously
You are the
It'd be an arrest warrant.
You're the
Can
high
come to court.
supervisor on
right.
DOC right now.
I just didn't know because obviously content. It's something you can actually.
Sorry, repeat last. How many hostage takers do we have?
1.
And you have a clean shot?
Take it up this time.
If you have a clean shot, take it.
Will do, I move. Alright, sweet. Catch you a bit, mate. Come on, mate.
But make sure you get the shot.
Okay, right. Macintosh.
Yeah.
Ugh, any comments on this one? I feel like this one's a bit of a weird case.
I don't really know. I've been kind of listening to the hostage situation while you're doing that.
Yeah, that's all good. Essentially, like, he's been arrested because he walked in front of a cop car. That's it. And we've got 2 charges. 3rd degree felony.
I mean, that'd be more disorderly conduct, if anything.
Yeah. Personally, I find this is just like
Yeah.
fucking stupid. To argue with me to agree or disagree with.
Yeah, I mean, if the if the penal code validates what the charges are, then I mean that's legitimate. That'd be something to take up after the fact, right? Like the hit and run.
Of course.
Like the
But
cop,
even
like the
then-
lieutenant who got charged with hit and run. Like based on the penal code, 100% he did it. But based on the video, you know, it was shenanigans.
It's with discretion in mind, really.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna have to. How long's left on this recess? 3 minutes.
I got him right here. Someone tell G. What's the word, Brandon?
Hang on.
Send CG over here. He's right here.
Brendan, swim away from him.
I have no idea what's going on. And there's another panic.
My clear shoot.
If he's in the water, no. You have to get Coast Guard on scene.
Oh, also, when the fuck do we have juries as well? Is that just completely?
That's never gonna. I tried to bring it up. That's never gonna happen. The people on this island are too stupid for that to work.
And also too well known.
Yeah, it'd be too obvious. People would just meme around the whole time.
No, I thought as much.
Yeah, I tried.
So, yeah, essentially, yeah. We've got literally one witness, who's the defendant. He's obviously just answered the questions. The cop over there starts kind of about mental health. They object, and I just overruled the objection because I think, given the fact.
I mean, if he was pleading insanity, I could see that line of questioning, but I don't really understand.
The relevance I could see behind it was obviously he's run in front of a cop car.
Right.
While the cop car was going down with lights and sirens on.
I mean, that's just being stupid. It's not being mentally unfit.
It deserves a mention, I believe, in a courtroom.
Yeah.
To say, look, is this guy actually fit to be on the streets? That's
True.
what he's obviously pushing for. You know, it is not a normal thing to do.
You could maybe rule. You could maybe rule part of the ruling that he gets a mental evaluation from FIFR.
Do we actually have that though? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Yep.
What's the plan, dude?
Because I went to get a mental eval the other day when I had my little breakdown, and
How much we can do right now?
mental evaluators.
You guys are kind of locking down.
You showing up right now?
Yeah, you may
Five
enter
seconds,
recess.
please.
Ten on.
Southwest.
CG showing up right now in a boat.
I believe I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
You
are
were
we
second
good
ago.
to come in, Your Honor? I just
Yeah,
wanted-
you guys are good to come back. Deliberation's gonna be ending here in a minute.
James, how do you know the DOC's on lockdown from here?
Because I can hear the radio of what's going on.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Fast,
boys.
get off of me.
Good to see the defense is nice and comfortable with each other.
Oh, we spent a whole 20 minutes before the case started getting to know each other.
Lovely. Right, okay. Apologies to all involved. They're obviously not normal.
I just get you to take your mask off, please.
Sure.
That's all I need.
Not typical.
Thank you, sir.
Proceedings. You have to pick out 3 witnesses and then have to listen to death threats. So we apologise for that. We just needed a few moments to sort that out with the FISD. So I do thank you all for your patience, and I know that this obviously drags the case on, and it makes us have to re-bring up certain questions. So I do fully understand that that is not something that we wish to have happen. However, given the fact it needed to be noted on the FISD side of things. Okay, so thank you all for your patience in that one. So we're now going to continue where we were, which was Exhibit A, timestamp 55 minutes 50 seconds. The defence, you were currently cross-examining. If you wish to continue the question you're on or start the question afresh, please do so. However, your spotlight is on, so please continue.
Excellent. I will start from the beginning, just to eliminate any confusion.
Thank you.
So it's gonna start at 5550. I apologize. Deputy Lorenzo.
We keep
arrived on
profanity out of my court, please.
I apologize. Force of habit. I'll do my best.
Thank you, defense.
5550. Deputy Lorenzo arrives on scene. And at 56 minutes, which is 10 seconds later, you can see the defendant here, Henry Axel, walk in front of the car and make a statement to him. At 56 minutes and 5 seconds, Deputy Lorenzo instructs Henry to remove himself from in front of his vehicle, which Henry does immediately. However, you can also see that there is it appears to be almost like a record skip in the
Or code 4.
where you can, it kind of jumps ahead. I'm sorry, what was that?
Which timestamp would you say there was a skip in the GoPro?
Let me get that exactly for you here. I apologize for not having that written down ahead of time.
Your Honor, by record skip, he's talking about desync.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Okay, understood.
It's at
Alpha 2's back tonight.
56:10, 56:12, right around there.
Understood. Yeah, that much is seen, yeah.
Yep.
When
Any
this,
current active?
negative. When this court case is done, I'd like to have a debrief at DOC. I'll let you guys know probably about 10 minutes.
Mustang,
10-4.
just down the road.
Yeah, this is
So, showing that Henry did originally comply with the officer's orders and was not intending to impede. That is all, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Prosecution, do you have an Exhibit B or another timestamp with an Exhibit A to present to the court?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, understood. This much is noted.
Charlie Smith.
Defense, do you have any further pieces of evidence you wish to bring to the court?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, defense. Okay, as there is no more evidence nor witnesses to call for either the prosecution or the defense, the court will now move to closing arguments.
Brandon, where are you at?
Prosecution, can you please present your closing statement to this court?
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution's closing statement is that based on the definition of the two charges that the defendant is being charged with, the prosecution believes that based on the defendant's actions, the defendant
Alpha
was
1, what's your
unlawfully
location?
hindering the discovery of the potential stolen Coast Guard vehicle and directly disobeyed a lawful order by a deputy. This concludes the prosecution's closing statement.
Okay, thank you, prosecution. Defense, can you please present your closing statement to the court?
Yes, Your Honor. One moment. Good evening, or good afternoon, Your Honor. Joseph Igni for the defense. I'm just going to start off by actually reading out to you the basic definitions of exactly what obstruction of justice and the other charge are. Obstruction of justice is the unlawful hindering of an officer in their apprehension of investigation, conviction, or any other such type of thing within their investigation. Now, as it applies to Mr. Axel in this case, Mr. Axel stepped into the road. He said a joke, and as soon as the officer...
Alright, everyone hands up. Don't pull a weapon or you're gonna be shot. Do not pull a weapon, you two LEOs. Put your fucking hands up now, both of you. Let's go. Hands up.
So there's the Fox
Jason's got a
situation
shovel.
over
Hands
then?
up. Hands up. Don't move.
Panic
You
button,
too.
panic button.
Hands up.
Oh, God.
Panic button,
Take it off.
courthouse.
Inside,
Courthouse, courthouse.
Take it off right now.
Hey,
What?
Jessica, come watch this
What?
guy.
Take my clothes off?
What?
I gotta put my hands down.
Jessica.
Hang on. I'm not talking on
I
the
don't know.
radio.
Somebody grab a car and come pick me up the front gate. Let's go.
Okay, put my hands back up.
You have your phone on you? I want your phone off too.
Okay, hang on.
Alright.
I'll let you keep the hat. The hat looks cute on you. Put your hands
Okay, wait,
back up.
hang on. I still got a taser.
Thank you. Alright.
Oh,
Jessica. Hey, would you come grab this
Hang
cop?
SD's being informed. Panic button at courthouse.
Okay, you do it. Alright.
I'm trying to get a surrender. I can't see it. There it is.
Quick, we gotta go. Alright.
Been doing some
Alright.
squats.
I came here for
Mr.
one
Lorenzo.
reason and one reason only. Judge, I just want to let you know that you have been a little fucking cunt. There's a way to go about doing your duties, and you do it in an absolute bitch way. You have been found guilty in the
Delta 5 is going to be catching a ride with
Have a
SD
good day.
to Silverton City Hall.
Fucking
Yeah.
doo-doo dong.
Locked.
Alright, it's gamer time, boys. Alright, let's give it a moment here, and then we'll give him the nice double tap. and we'll go away.
Somebody's definitely calling 911.
What do you
Yeah,
want to do
that's
with this
fine. I don't think he needs to die. Just the judge for being a little bitch.
Yeah,
guy?
this
Mr.
guy's cool.
Lorenzo,
I like
I'm
him.
going to release you. You're going to drop your radio, and you are going to seize it immediately. Sound good?
I'm not on duty.
Perfect.
Why the fuck are
Just-
you in
just
uniform then? I don't believe you. Drop your radio.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't lie to you.
And I'm telling you, I don't believe you. Drop your radio and cheese it.
I don't have it.
Alright. You wanna go? Here come more cops.
Here
Let's
they come.
go. Alright. Let's go, boys.
You have the
Alright,
cavalry
don't
on your
try any
way.
funny shit, Mr. Leo, boys.
Repeat
Let's
last.
go. Jamaica,
You have the
let's go.
cavalry on your way
You know what, fuck them, they've seen too much. Well, no, never mind. Let's go.
to the courthouse. Whoever pressed their panic.
Do it.
You're gonna have like 8 individuals, pink, purple clothing, masks.
Okay,
One with a
so-
Taco Hell uniform, all with guns. You need to roll EMS.
Don't move. Sit down. We're gonna
Pretty
sit
sure
this
that's
one
gonna
out.
be the axles.
A firm. Allegedly, I'm assuming.
No, it doesn't. Sit down. We're not moving.
I'm not on duty, but I will protect you guys.
It's almost,
Thank you.
almost like I asked them to
Thank you,
leave, but the
Sean.
judge dismissed it.
I don't. They did not. They did not double tap him, so I think he's all right to continue.
Hang on, I'm CPR certified. Let me see what I can do here.
Yeah, okay, here, let me dance away here. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
This is my clothes.
So keep this door closed.
You got SD engaged in a foot pursuit near clinic in Silverton. We had shots fired.
It's gonna be a black Suburban. Multiple
Legit
shooters.
safe.
Marshals entering the building.
If there's any marshals entering the building, go to the front of FIFR.
Marshal entering the courthouse.
You're good. Come
You
in.
guys are good to enter. No one's in here.
No, they're all at FIFR, Ben. Go.
Alright, well, there's like 12 fucking bloodthirsty SDs down there.
Yeah.
We just got the judge here. Worse for wear. If we can get FR down here, that'd be very helpful.
Oh, you know what? It's like before I left, I asked this whole bench.
Michael, are you on duty right now?
I am.
Okay, perfect.
Pull out your pocket.
Well, I mean, maybe.
ID starter kit. Oh god, there's still shooting going on.
Yeah, just.
Well, they never left
Stay.
when I was here.
Just don't say a word. I don't know if you know those guys.
Hey, actually, Ben, can you go clear the building with Sean if he's still here? Make sure there's nobody in those rooms downstairs.
Downstairs.
Where's Sean?
They seize your. guys'
Just
equipment?
downstairs. Check the rooms. I don't have any weapons.
I know one of them left wearing his vest.
No, God.
Yeah, like up here. This room's clear. Check the 2 offices downstairs.
This man clearing rooms without a gun, dude.
Yeah, I know. Fucking YOLO.
Obviously, my camouflage works. Fucking hell.
Welcome back. Welcome.
Thank you all, but hey.
Okay, rooms are clear.
Well, I don't think it needs to be said.
You don't say.
Where's that Mr. Judge man at, dude?
That's me.
Judge,
Alright, Nicholas, welcome back.
I just got shot in the head and I'm not feeling particularly peachy.
I'm gonna guess it was that row of people that I asked to leave earlier.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
Oh, actually, James, I can
That's
see
that's a
the
big
video.
Pepe
That
hand.
wearing it's dead.
Your stuff is behind you, by the way, Your
Sorry,
Honor.
did you say the one that shot me is dead?
No, no, he's not. The one wearing James McIntosh's vest is dead.
Oh yeah, be advised, I'm just be one of them with the marshal's vest. It's not me, obviously.
Well, hey, I don't have my gun, but I've got a shovel.
That's a weapon enough.
It's more than I got right now.
Alright,
Fuck.
well, let me just state for the record, the is in recess until further notice on all parties involved.
You don't say. Good job.
Judge, are you in need of a medic?
Yeah, and obviously we all need to be given a medical evaluation due to the severity of the mental impact this may have had on the defense, prosecution, and the presiding judge. The pending
Marshals
medical
to
evaluation
FIFR.
of all imprisoneds. This
Here,
will
Ben,
be-
let them, let them come after. They got a lot of bodies to deal with there.
When you guys are available, we got a judge up that is in need of medical attention.
We were probably 20 seconds from that being over.
Yeah, I know.
Literally, I think my camouflage worked.
So, if
They
you don't
didn't
mind
see
me
me, so I
asking,
managed
what
to
was
get
the
my-
verdict?
We didn't get to
We
it.
don't know. We're in the middle of fucking closing arguments.
The verdict says someone got shot.
That is true.
Oh, new court case has been created now.
You don't have any extra guns on you, do you, Charlie?
No, I don't.
There you go. You can have the taser.
Oh, I'll take the taser, yep, gladly. Fuck me.
There you go.
Whenever you crash a truck,
Thank you.
you get locked inside of it forever. So we've been like having all the way up to like engine 12 and shit.
What the fuck, guys? Stop crashing engines.
You get locked in it forever.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Why is it not? Oh.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, I got a problem with that then. Hang on.
Oh. Yes, let me go yell at him.
Yeah,
Let me
hey,
drag the
Kevin.
Hey, I was quite impressed with the response.
Hey,
I gotta go fucking yell at people.
Yeah, I gotta go re at
Yeah,
someone at
wait.
the station.
Court
What's the size of the
recess now
situation?
until we've all had medical evaluations.
I believe it's code 4.
I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's code 4 over at FIFR, or code 4 in courthouse has been cleared.
We'll be back in a little bit.
Alright. Wait, hold on, marshals.
Yep.
So, I think I can hear their conversation. I picked my phone back up, and I think I picked up their phone.
Okay, you're recording?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just listen away. You love it when people keep their phone in speakerphone, eh?
You hear it?
Brandon, where the hell
No.
have you been?
I'm just saying.
I died in the middle of the fucking ocean. How did you die in the middle of the ocean?
Because fucking CC just left me there.
Or wait, maybe it's not code 4.
Mexican Hill. I don't know who they is.
I tried figuring out where you were. I was looking all over.
The Suburban just drove off. Maybe it's not code 4.
Nobody told
I'm
me
not sure
where
what's
you were.
going on over there.
They were in a black SUV, Tahoe.
I gotta go.
Like that one.
Yeah, this might not be a code 4 situation.
Ay.
Oh shit.
What's the move now, right? Like,
When you kicked them out, I saw them leave, and it was in that black Tahoe.
Well, apologies, this went all to shit.
Or a black Tahoe. That's very similar to the one they were driving.
Alright, so this can't be their phone because there was no way they'd be having such a mundane conversation right now about mining.
that's why it does that sometimes.
I'm gonna stop recording so I don't get done for illegal wiretap.
Good call. Mr. Woods. Oh, Mr. Woods. What do you mean, fuck you? What did I do?
I died.
Listen, they were asking if they could shoot in the water. I'm like, no, you can't shoot a prisoner in the water.
No, she left me for fucking dead. They didn't come to get me. I
Ah.
was died right in front of them, and they fucking just let me drown. Like a
Yikes.
Can you imagine being so stupid to kidnap a judge that knows all your names, shoot them in the head?
You literally went. We literally went and talked to every single one of them. We know who they are.
They just didn't even. They
Because Chris Axel was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a witness. I can't leave." He's the first one who rolled in and took you hostage and killed you. Like, it's not fucking rocket science.
They walked
That was
straight
the
past
biggest.
me.
That was the biggest bruh moment I have ever had as a defense counsel.
I'm actually in awe at the stupidity.
Oh, they were completely stupid. Do you not see where I was standing? They walked straight
Well,
past
you don't have to worry
no
about.
one had a gun
You
in
don't
their
have to worry
hand.
about one thing, Your Honor. I have a rule where if someone fucks up my court case, they don't get.
That's a pretty good rule, not gonna lie.
Especially when it's during closing fucking art. Sorry.
Yeah,
for this.
like literally almost done. Yeah, I know.
I know you got shot, but I'm personally mad that it wrecked my freaking closing argument.
I just locked my cool ass sig.
Guys, is my camouflage that good that you can't see?
Apparently.
I guess
Yeah,
it is.
because
I
they
don't know.
fucking didn't walk past me, you know?
Well, I guess we gotta change our uniforms to camo.
Apparently,
think-
like
I
sharks,
think
you know,
besides that-
they only see one drop in the water and they just swim for that.
Like, literally, they had a gun on everyone else apart from me.
Oh, they're still trying to leave.
There was a hostage situation at DOC as well.
Ah, that's why.
So,
Yeah.
that's the problem with the asylum right now. People do
Yeah, no, the other marshal had to go. I sent him off.
I suppose it's better than no crime.
Well, I'm going to speak to the fucking. I need to speak to the DA and get this 90 max thing. We need to talk about this.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
no,
is it 90 max?
it's 90 max, and that's just not enough to make people not want to do crime. The risk of being caught.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, 90 minutes max plus the money. That's like $100,000.
I'm speaking as
Could I want the marshals?
Send it.
Sorry, see the marshals.
Send it.
Be advised, a guy named Frank. Hold on 1 second.
Frank East, yeah. What about him?
Be advised, he has a bench warrant, so.
Yeah, we're dealing with a massive situation right now. Just, yeah. Ask him to hang around. If he doesn't want to hang around, then we'll get him later.
No, because he's in jail right now for something else. But y'all should go deal with that.
Yeah, 10-4. We got it.
Thank you, cadet.
Like, out? And they were paying me hundreds of thousands of dollars to get them below 90 minutes. And they were having 1 to 2 charges. Like, if you even shot at an officer, you were.
No,
in
no, no,
jail for
exactly.
3 hours.
So this is why I'm saying it should be reserved for those that are clearly abusing the system. Do you know, we had one guy this week whose summary judgment cases all had to be pending because he had fucking 5 active open cases.
Oh, yeah, I know Frank. He's a meme.
Exactly, and these people are no exception.
I understand where you're coming from.
There is
people that are more inclined to.
Hey, make sure you don't seize that martial uniform and gun and stuff, because that's mine. I'm gonna come get it.
But do you know, that's the second time I've had. That's the third time I've been taken hostage in my own court.
Nicholas, are you okay if I leave for a minute? Nicholas? Nicholas? Fucking whatever.
Free mental.
Don't seize his stuff. Don't seize it.
Range as well, sir.
Matt, don't seize it.
Huh?
Don't seize.
Is he a tech boy?
He just took all my stuff, so I'm just gonna grab it back.
No, I can't do that, sir.
Oh, is he? Oh, did he rob you?
No, he's just a
What?
I can't.
Did he rob you?
Yeah, well, no, I was over at the courthouse.
I need to keep a long range. For me, dude. So
Hang on.
we're processing them together then.
Do I have to go to the theater? Yes, I do have to go
Alright,
to the
dude.
theater, which is why you should come to us.
Okay, so I'm just gonna
The opera theater.
Where hell is my James? Mark, keep him here. I'm gonna get my car. I just realised it's in the middle of the road.
Sir, if I stand you up, I'm gonna have you drop the vest.
Okay.
Thank you.
Probably the only camouflage in this entire.
That's all you got on me? That you got from me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hey guys, come look at this.
Texas one.
You guys, you see them?
Yeah,
You see the guy?
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because there's only 2 things that come out of Texas.
Right, stand up.
And that's queers and steers, and y'all don't.
Is there a guy hiding right there? That's hilarious.
Hey, James, if you wanna jump in the car with me, mate, and put him in the car, we can take him straight over to Tessie.
Who's saying what?
There you go.
Oh, you're talking to me? What?
Do you want to help me process it? Because you had him taking your stuff.
Well, I have the whole thing on video. The judge says as well, I believe.
Yeah, so do you want to come with me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Also, you left a radio on, friend.
That's not my radio.
Oh, somebody. Mark, can you see that radio? Brilliant, thank you, mate.
I love you, Jason.
Okay, dude, just so you know right now, I'm not going to be a dick to you on your charges or anything, just,
Thanks,
why is there a rubber unicorn?
Who even knows?
What on earth? Why is there rubber unicorns at SD?
It's fashion, okay?
Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay. As long as you don't mind being here, James, it's just, you know...
No, that's fine. Have they been Mirandized and all that?
Like, get your perspective on the charges as well.
Has, hang on. I'll wait till you put him down.
So I'm just gonna quickly check. Been having
Let's
issues
see.
recently of my car.
Is your ID in your
Hey, so
back
if you
pocket,
wish to
sir?
walk with us, I don't personally like... Yeah, I don't personally like dragging people.
I don't see it. Whatever. Have you been Mirandized?
Yes, I have twice already.
Okay, perfect. That's always my big concern.
Sorry, I'm just quickly checking stuff. Just give me a minute. I'll be getting the list of charges together. Then we'll be arraigning, taking you to a courthouse, sir. So I guess there's judges available.
Yeah, but that's not going to be possible because the judge was directly involved in that situation.
Oh, I see. Oh,
yeah, so we're going to just do an arraignment here.
Okay. Okay. You can keep standing if you wish, sir, or do you want to sit down?
I'll stand.
Okay, you want to take your mask off for me, please?
Oh, James,
Thank
have you heard about that new thing we're getting?
Not now's not a good time.
Okay.
We'll talk about
I'll
that
tell
after.
you,
Yeah.
in a minute.
Let's see. Okay, and if imagine you've been pat down, Frank.
I've got my GoPro here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 taser mags and 1 17-round mag with 1 Glock and 1 SIG.
They were prescribed by a doctor.
The SIG was mine. The taser was mine, obviously. The Glock, I did not have a Glock on me. I don't know if somebody else in the courtroom did that you got it from, but that would have been the weapon you rolled in with, I imagine.
Wait, why is the McDonald's guy fucking...
Possibly.
I don't know.
These are speculations.
Yeah, theoretically, of course.
I'm the Taco Hell guy, man. You want to fight?
Okay, need to do my final.
Okay, man, let's get
Oh
these
my
done.
god, is he yelling at the fucking cadet? Okay.
You made it easy for you.
It's about to get real squirrely in here.
Can I share a cell with Jason if we go?
It's probably gonna be a negative. We got a lot of nice rooms out there in DLC.
Oh, fine.
That's the Jahal.
How you doing, by the way?
Bravo 1, what's everybody's situation right now?
Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 are currently approaching DOC, about to get Alpha 1 some more gear.
Alright, you might want to stay there because we're gonna have like 8 people being transported for this shit show.
Roger that. Duke, you on Freak?
Alright.
I said if there is,
We can have Duke and those cadets.
Duke is currently off Freak. We're doing driving testing at the racetrack.
I mean,
Alright,
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know.
Alright, I was gonna say, tell Duke to start wrapping things up, and that way you guys can come help.
Yeah, I'll have to let him know.
Yeah, ideally I'm gonna want 2 or 3 people in the prison, keeping an eye on all these people.
Yeah, that's not mine. Look, I'm borrowing these pants. These are from hubby number 7.
You know what is the most annoying thing with this? The Macintosh is the paperwork needed.
Can you guys please whisper in there?
Oh my god, here we go.
Mate. Let me just switch over to Whisper. There we go.
Yep.
Alright, let me clip this for you here, Matt.